All right. Shooting for the buy side above the market for the lunch macro. Yes, it's really dropped lower. I'm gonna hop in there. I'm viewing this as an inversion for value gap, and I'm expecting 1230 to run the buy side above the market. Was thinking about getting in down here. Was waiting for one more stab into this wick here, but that might not happen. So I'm just getting in at the low of the inversion for value gap. Took low of day over here, accumulating in the daily discount wick. Really sure how high it could reach back into the range. I feel like there's pretty decent odds of taking this high. Definitely these highs. I don't know about this, but like I just don't know. I'm just gonna throw this up here. I'm not necessarily expecting that, but that's just my best case scenario. I definitely want to see a run on the buy side in here. Got a body closing above the midpoint. That's good. It's 1230. think the high of the daily fair value gap is a nice target. I think that this is a smart money accumulation of longs. Is a $100 risk. This inversion fair value gap is also laying over top of the daily octant of the daily fair value gap. So that validates it. And then if we get a body closing above the high, that also validates it as an inversion fair value gap. I was wanting to get in at this wick. I should have just done it here, but I kind of hesitated, and then I was waiting for a retracement, and I didn't think it would. Well, it's not that I didn't think it would, it was that I was thinking it might not. So I just went ahead and got in at the low of the inversion fair value gap, but it did end up offering that entry a second time right here. So that's a nice pop above it. I'd like to see how this candle closes. Should not take out this low at this point. When we were in here, it was a possibility that we sweep that, but now that we have a break in structure with displacement closing above the inversion fair value gap, it should not come down to this low. It should just use the inversion. Preferably, this is a breakaway gap, and it run the buy side liquidity. failed to reach the inversion on that down close candle. Got just above the high and then came back up. There's also that one. At this point, I am risking $44. This is $100 profit. I'm just noting that. So I want this to snap back up very quickly. Contemplating going to break even and demanding that it pop from here. But I don't want to be too picky. Body close below the midpoint there. Sweeping this low. Version for value gap right here. Just traded to the high of it. There's equal lows down here, but I want that to be accumulation of longs for smart money. And I want them to protect that area, so I don't want them to go take that. I also don't really like that it's pressing through this inversion. I don't like that. Trading into this order block here on the 1 minute. Might tip those lows there. Guess we'll see. I really want us just to hold the order block and then snap back up. All right, tip the lows. Midpoint of this wick. It needs to go higher now. I don't want it to take that low, obviously. Not looking good. Unfortunate. Wow, they took that really fast. Just about 1250 macro as well. Getting back in down here, viewing this as a liquidity sweep right before macro. Again, not expecting those highs, but I'm just throwing it up there. Got in at the low end of this wick. Trading to the octant of the daily discount wick. Really, all this did was generate more buy side above the market. It tipped a couple highs, trapped retail longs trying to buy a breakout, and then went and took their stop losses. And that's why I got back in here. I wanted to take their stop losses at a better price. And then it left a high here, relatively close to these highs. So it generated more buy side liquidity. And there's already a lot of buy side above the market. So I lost $40 on that first entry, but now I'm at a really low discount. So hopefully it'll be easy to make that loss back plus extra. Just about macro time. $100 profit. It's now 75 3/4 right there. This is what the 5 minute looks like. Wicked below that low. 5 minute is respecting the midpoint of the discount daily wick. So I'm viewing this as just a sweep of liquidity down here. Currently trading into this inversion for value gap. Just make this one gray so it's easier to see over top this one here. Actually, I'll just get rid of this one. Just look at these one at a time. So if this were bearish, it should stay below the midpoint of this. I believe this is a breaker. So if it's bearish, it should stay below this midpoint. So the bodies are holding the low of the breaker. That's good. I want to see it get up above that midpoint now in this bullish inversion for value gap. I'd like to see a pretty explosive move here soon. Might be waiting for 1 o'clock. Maybe. New 5 minute just opened. I feel like retail is just chasing this short. And then, unfortunately, I got stopped out early, but I think this manipulation here was just taking care of anybody trying to buy a double bottom. Took them out here. Okay, we just took internal lows in here. Trading to the inversion for value gap. I'd like to see a close above that. Close just outside of it. Wanted to see it stay inside of this inversion. This is an hourly wick consequence encroachment. Make this one white, just to, well, no. We'll do that green color just to make it different. Bodies are staying below this. I'd like them to get back up above that. There's now this one, which that one is a little more important to me at this point because it's overlapping that daily wicks midpoint. See how they stops there at that breaker right there. Right, 1 o'clock. The hourly chart closed above that Wix midpoint, so that's good. See if we can't reach. There's a hourly inefficiency above the market. Aiming for that. Took care of those equal lows there. Interesting. Yes is going straight down. Really want this candle to close up in this range pretty aggressively. This be a nice wick and up close candle. Hmm. It's really not giving me what I want. Failed to reach the lower quadrant. Potential inversion for value gap here. Trying to be patient. I like the idea of running out at least a couple of these highs in here. And we're at a key level in the daily chart and below low of day. I'd just be wrong though. It's just holding every single bearish PD array. It's a little upsetting. I'm a little upset. I was expecting a better run. lower quadrant. That's looking nice, but will it actually have follow through? Will it close above that inversion? Closed above or below the midpoint of the inversion. It needs to get through that. I want to see bullish gaps left open, like this gap. I'd like that to stay open. It needs to get going. It's taken a long time. I'd like the bodies to stay inside of this inversion, above the low. I want to see it really snap higher here because it's taking this internal high on that wick. I want to see it snap up to that one and see if we can't press into this. And I want this inefficiency to stay open. And we close above the inversion. It's being real finicky. Almost the end of the macro. I'd like this to be a low formed during macro. Um, Really needs to get going pretty soon. I don't like that it's reaching this deep. It's just being real reluctant to do anything to the upside. I just don't get it. I don't get it. It seems like such an obvious lunch macro, and it's just continuing this just choppy move lower. See, like it just seems like an obvious lunch macro, and it's just not playing out. I don't know. I don't get it. Now it's trading to the upper quadrant of the daily for value gap. I just don't get it, man. I just don't understand why it didn't run higher for lunch macro. I just don't get it. It souped an internal high and then just continued. I just don't understand. So frustrated. So incredibly frustrated by this. I don't. I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed. I want to just cancel, like, just get out here so bad. But I feel like this could be a key turning point as well. I just don't understand why it's behaving the way that it is. Really would have expected it to just come back into the range, right? Like around in here. It's just like trending lower, apparently. I don't know. Figures, bro. I'm so fucking annoyed. It seems like I'll see lunch macros in hindsight that look so obvious, and it's like, why didn't I take that? And then I try to take something that seems obvious, and it just doesn't work. It's so frustrating. So frustrated. I'm also fucking exhausted. I don't know why I'm so tired, but I'm just tired. Felt like I should trade the lunch macro. Um, because it seemed obvious. I just don't know. It didn't work. Like everything I said should happen didn't happen, which means the opposite is going to happen. Literally all of these, look at it, it's perfect to the downside. So frustrated. I just I just don't understand why it's doing this. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Other than we got the high impact news coming up tomorrow. So I just don't understand, dude. I'm so annoyed. I did not think we would go for the sell side today. It wasn't even on my radar. Like, I just thought we would stay in this range. It just feels like here I hesitated to get in and I didn't capture the move higher. And then I'm trying not to hesitate here, like on my re-entry, and it just doesn't work. It's like I can do no good sometimes. Just I can do no right. So frustrated because I want to try to get back in, but I don't know. I don't know what to do. Because then there's a part of me, because I was considering not trading lunch macro at all because I'm tired and I haven't eaten yet, and but I thought it seemed really obvious to come up to these highs, and then it doesn't work, and I'm trying to be confident in the idea, and it just doesn't work, and it's like every decision I made was wrong, other than, I guess, taking a small loss, a partial loss here. I feel like maybe I shouldn't have even risked that much money on the trade. Like the stop should have been tighter. It just feel like I did everything wrong. I don't know. I just don't get it sometimes. Probably extra upset just because I'm so exhausted. But it just feels like every time I gain confidence, something happens and all the confidence goes away. Every time I start to think that, like, I don't know, that I don't know. I'm starting to like really understand. I just get pushed back to not, I don't know, just not being confident, I guess. I just don't. I don't understand. I wish I understood, and I don't. I guess we're in this bigger range still. Just fucking frustrated. Because I feel like it could still potentially head higher. I don't know. This ended up going to the inversion here and then coming up, taking the high, swept this high. After that, the body stayed below the midpoint of the new day gap and then ran sell side. And it's just, I don't know. It's like now that we're into that daily volume imbalance, I'm really wanting. I like it down here. I think it makes sense down here to come back up, but I feel like it should have gone up during the lunch macro. I just like look at that reaction. If I wasn't upset, like I'd be getting in this. I I'm so annoyed. I'm so frustrated. Like look at that. I'm saying it's going to happen, but I'm fighting. Like I just have all these voices in my head. It's like, are you just like revenge trading, trying to make your money back, or is this actually a sound idea? And both of those voices are just arguing with each other. It's like, no, this is a sound idea. This is a good idea. This looks really good. But then I don't take it because I'm trying not to, just like force my money back. Like, and so now I'm not taking it. And now guess what? Now I'm frustrated again. Same things going on in my head. Like I could just get in on this inversion for value gap. Like I could still get in here. It's still a good entry. And now it's like, no, or like, are you just wanting to do that because you're upset you missed this entry? Like I just don't. Frustrated. I'm so tired. Respecting this inversion really nicely. Failed to reach this. Left this open partially. Respecting this way. Everything's looking bullish right now. Everything is looking bullish right now. Didn't fill me here, and it's popping. So that's really frustrating. I'm so frustrated. Oh my goodness. I'm trying, like, I'm really annoyed, but I'm trying to like still, I don't know, just look at the chart and look at what it's doing right now and just focus on that, even though I'm frustrated and I'm just trying to like ignore the frustration because I don't want the frustration to um just distract me, I guess. And I think this looks good. So I'm trying to just ignore that I'm frustrated, ignore that I messed up the lunch macro, and just focus on this. It'd be nice if at 130 it came down and swept these lows, tapped into this daily volume imbalance, and then popped higher for the buy side. That would be nice. Confident in this going higher. I feel like it could go without me getting filled down here. I feel like that's possible. I want to snap on down here. I think it should do it. And to be patient. Hmm. Oh, frustrating. Hmm. So we're accumulating inside of this version for value gap. None of the bodies have closed inside of that. So this seems bullish to me. But I like the idea of taking out all these little lows in here with a wick and then coming back up. Well, damn. Dude. Imagine I just used the inversion. So unbelievably frustrating. Oh my gosh. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, bro. It is just unbelievable how frustrating this can be. Wow. Or is this just a soup and it's going to come back down to these? I'm not too sure. Because the lunch macro is over and 1:30 is the start of the PM sessions pre-market, I feel like it might not run yet if it is going to go higher, and it could stay in this range here. Yeah, see that? That's bearish. Might short something in here if it offers it down to these lows. I don't think it's time to go higher yet. Aiming for this version. I think it should come down to these lows. I don't think it's time to go higher. It's too early. Yeah, this gap. Well, that's not what I wanted to see. I thought we would come down to those lows. Okay. Um, right, that's probably my stop. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Oh my God, man. People don't understand how hard this is. I mean, genuinely. I was just trying to mitigate some of my loss and I just made it worse. Oh my, like the second I abandon, I I just have no words. I'm so tired. Maybe I'm just tired. But my long idea doesn't work. I try to stay confident in it, and then the second I abandon it, it runs higher. The second I flip my bias for these lows, it runs higher. So frustrated. So exhausted. I just don't have words. I don't know what to say. Other than I should probably just be done, I guess. It's the worst feeling messing up like this. I'm so frustrated. This is what I wanted. I wanted it to come up into the range and take buy side, and now it's doing it nicely, and I just abandoned the idea. I thought it was too early. I thought these lows were too clean, and I thought it would sweep below them, and it just didn't. I'm so frustrated. I mean, it is the worst feeling ever being down on the day because of mistakes you don't understand and wanting to fix it and then making it worse and then still wanting to fix it but knowing you just have to stop because you could just continue to make it worse and there's nothing you can do to fix today until tomorrow. Like you have to just stop or you could just make it like there's nothing I can do to fix it. And I don't even fully understand what I did wrong for the lunge macro. And it's just the worst feeling to have ever. On top of the fact that I'm exhausted, I'm just frustrated. Just need to be done, I guess. didn't fill me here, right? I had a long here, it didn't fill me. It came up. But then I thought these lows were really clean and it's 1:30, it's not yet. Like macro, I thought maybe 2 o'clock we could go higher. So I thought in the meantime, but between 1:30 and 2, I thought we could come down for these. And it just didn't work. I don't know. I'm just gonna turn everything off, just not look at the chart for the rest of the day because that's all I can do. That's all I can do to like try to start to quote fix my mistakes or whatever. I don't know. I can just feel so trapped sometimes. Just so frustrated. Why did it meander like this? Like, I don't know. I guess, I mean, I said it could do something like this earlier today, right here. I said it could do that type of price movement up to the buy side. It did do that, but it did it to the sell side, and I just wasn't expecting it to go much lower. Um, I thought it would stay in this range. Played. Every time I start to feel confident, I just like shoot myself in the foot, and then the confidence is gone, and I have to like rebuild the confidence again. And that's just like a cycle that I repeat all the time. I mean, look at this. Look how easy it's going up now. Let this gap open. It's and the second I abandon my long bias is when it starts going higher. I don't under I'm so mad. I feel like the lunch macro felt so obvious. I waited for 12, like I did everything. I waited for there to be an obvious draw. That's these highs. I waited for 12:30. I waited for inversion for value gap. I guess I didn't wait, I anticipated it, but all my logic was sound. The low of day got taken out. We were behaving bullishly at the midpoint of the discount wick, and we had an obvious buy side to go take, and it just didn't work. And then I tried to just be confident in the idea, and it didn't work. It stopped me practically to the tick down here. And then I try to get long here. It doesn't fill me. And then I let go of my long bias, trying to go for these lows, and I get stopped out again. going the opposite direction. It's like sometimes this can feel so impossible. And I was expecting it to be really easy. Like the lunch macro, I had no doubt in my mind. I was just felt so confident at 12:30 that we would go up for these highs. Like so much so this entry I didn't even feel any stress getting in this entry. Like no stress. I felt so confident that it would just come back up into the range. And then it just did this. And then I don't get filled here. And then maybe I don't know. Maybe the short was just stupid, just flat stupid, and like maybe there's no logic here. But of course, I go short right when I shouldn't be, and now I'm sitting here wanting to do something productive to fix it, but the only productive thing I can do is to not do anything, and it's like the hardest thing anybody could do is to do nothing sometimes. And my profit from yesterday is gone. I'm practically break even on the week. Um, well, no, I'm not because I took this short here. So what's that? All right, so I'm down $70 on the week, which isn't a lot, but it's just really frustrating that like now I'm down on the week, down from yesterday, just from this little trading session. I just had it completely wrong. Just, ugh, and there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. You can't work overtime. You can't put in extra hours. You can't kiss your boss's ass. There's nothing you can do uh, to like fix your mistake. At least like in the moment, you just have to like just stop. I don't know. Just literally do nothing. That's the most productive thing I could do right now. And I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted, but it just feels unproductive to do nothing, but that's just how this business works. So I guess I'm just done for the day. I don't need to be putting more risk on. I'm down $70 on the week. It's not a lot. I can take one good trade and all of this vanishes. It's just, I wish I understood because I know that I'm just so very, very, very close to being extremely good at this. And it irritates the hell out of me when something is happening that I completely don't understand. Um, because there's no one for me to go ask for help. I can't go ask somebody, like, hey, why did it do this? Uh, so I'm really upset about this short. it's just, again, I have no one to ask. I can't ask somebody and be like, hey, was this a bad idea? I just have to figure it out. I mean, it's probably a bad idea. We're so deep in discount on the higher time frame and all the buy sides up here, like, it was a bad trade. It was a bad trade. I was trying to like, I don't know, outsmart this. I guess just trying to go for these lows, but this deep in discount, trying to go short here. Um, bad trade, and then like this trade doesn't even happen had I gotten filled long here, right? Like I wouldn't be thinking to go short here. I'd be a little worried about break even, but guess what? It went higher. So equal highs here and here. I still think it'll come back down into this range. Um, but I just need to be done, I think. So frustrated. Me sitting here and just talking is um it's like making me feel more productive, more like I'm trying to do something. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what I did wrong. That's why I'm repeating myself and going over all of this over and over and over because I'm trying to figure out what I did wrong, which is productive, but at this point there's just like nothing else to really say and I need to be done trading. And the longer I sit here, the more likely I am to see something that tempts me into taking another trade. So I'm going to turn off my computer and I'm not looking at this shit until tomorrow. Um, hopefully I do better tomorrow. I called the morning really, really well. I managed my risk really, really well. I did not manage my risk very well in here. I needed to maybe reassess on that first stop out, reassess what it might do. And maybe even not risk so much. I mean, my stop was really far away from price. I probably did not need to risk that much on it. Um, I could have used the Octant for a stop loss, right? The Octant of this daily wick. I could have used that for a stop or even this lower quadrant. I didn't need to have it all the way down here. So I could have mitigated risk in there and then this long didn't fill. I was too upset in the moment to get in here. I really wanted to. I was considering it, but I was contemplating with is this like just a revenge trade, just trying to make my money back and not an actual sound idea, but it's sound. It's a daily key level. Um, we're respecting this inversion. That's a nice move. I mean, when this long fails, maybe I should have gotten in this bearish inversion and wrote it down because that's a nice move. I lost about $40 on that first entry. Had I used, had I flipped my bias right then and there, this moved handsomely. I could have made back my loss plus a little extra pretty easily on that move. So the problem is that I was not expecting lower prices at all. Had I been a little more um, had I if we were here and I was thinking it could go higher, it could go lower. If I had that mindset, I could have easily flipped my short bias and gotten short here and then made back the loss plus profit. But my mindset was lunch macro will run these highs, and that was it. And so I just got lost in the sauce, I guess, and then certainly the short was bad. Um, so yeah, that's my sober-minded, slightly depressed breakdown of my trading, the lunch macro. So I'm officially going to be done for the day now.